Manny, the cat for other reasons, man. I'm saying, you know. But Marcus, you're right. The main reason why I picked this picture of Cody, because it's like, yeah, I got your ass. Because it looked like a domestic dispute right here. Like, he let you know what that happened.
He going full Diddy outside of a club right now. And they're like, Cody, you need to chill. You need to cheer. This is Louisville. You can't do this, you Louisville nightmare. This is horrible.
What you doing? Oh, bitch, I got something when we get home. When I get out, it's old. Now, but my big sister gonna protect me. Piper got me. Piper got me.
This reminds me of the movie Next Friday, where they were destroying Day Day's car. And I can't remember any of the ladies' name or what the situation was. But they were after Mike Epps.
She liked the cookie. She want the cookie. Baby
Well,
G.
she was chasing her around. Yeah,
Baby
she was
G.
chasing her around the car.
Baby G. She was like, you know he want this cookie.
Yeah.
This is the more appropriate, but now he's hollering, bitch, I'm done. It's over. It's over.
I felt like he was overreacting.
You ain't taking nothing.
You're taking nothing. The dog is mine. Okay, Chelsea? The dog is mine.
And then, of course, it comes down to, this is where it all happened. That motherfucker is driving me crazy. Bailey looked like the school detective that showed up. The investigation team.
Children's services. The children's
school.
You know, if a detective showed up to me in this outfit that Bailey's wearing, I am taking away your detective badge myself. I'm taking your gun and badge in front of you. I don't have no jurisdiction.
I do like her gradient green and black gray jacket. I think it's kind of nice. But everybody, welcome to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I am Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I have made a proclamation this episode to not only not curse, but I think I already broke in the opening segment, but also I do not plan on cutting off any of my co-hosts this week or this episode. I don't know if I can maintain this for 2 episodes, but I will not cut either one of these bald, beautiful gentlemen off today.
Anyway, before we start, Manny has a very important announcement to make. Manny,
Oh, you're
the floor is
making me
yours.
read out.
Oh, do you want? Well,
please check out the link in the description. We have a link from one of our listeners, Peter, who is cycling for a worthy cause. If you're not going to donate to the show, donate to this cause, because Peter is cycling 300 miles for Cancer Research UK. So click on the link in the description. It's fundraise.cancerresearchuk.org, and then the rest, Peter's giving page. Yeah.
yes. So we are, listen carefully, we are postponing the Send Manny to WrestleMania fund so we can help cancer research. So support Peter, hit that link, and go there. Sorry, Marcus.
This looks like something that we could put into the right box. What is this?
I don't know what this is. What? Marcus, is something you need to tell us?
It's about the couch, Eric. It's about the couch.
I know it is. How's your album sales?
Well, it flopped, but it did break records all in my back. Just to let you know.
Damn. You are surely sex. Anyway, before we start, there's a lot to talk about, but I wanted to ask a question to you, gentlemen. And I'm going to start with you, Marcus, since you have made it this far without interrupting anybody. I'm very proud of you. Marcus, what is your favorite storyline going on in all of professional wrestling right now?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. My favorite storyline involves probably something that means nothing to nobody else. But you know what? I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and it's none of your business of why I do it. I am talking about the Chin Man versus what you call him, your boy, Lexus
King. That so why, Marcus? Because I know Dante Chin did beat Lexus King ass down in loafers this week. And I was like, wow, you really had. Why is that one captivating your attention so much?
The reason that one's captivated me is because it should not exist in any purpose of any life whatsoever. Why is the Chin Man on TV for one and getting pops like he's John Cena or Natty showing up in NXT getting emotional? And why is Lexi King the one he's feuding with? And I'm just like, I'm captivated by it. And now I know there are better storylines going on. There's Gable going on and stuff like that. But
you already told us yours. Now I would like to go to the lordship right there, Mark. No, because you were talking about the storyline. You gave us yours, Marcus, and I appreciate that. We can talk about it more afterwards. But Manny, I turn the floor to you. What is your favorite current storyline going on in professional wrestling?
So if Marcus is going to go with the Chin Man, and as a nonsensical story that's going on with Lexis King, I'm going through a man that's walking through fire to replenish his soul and recapture his career and do it for some recognition for all of Native Americans, where he fails to recognize Tatanka and Mickey James. But yet he will recognize Wahoo McDaniel, which I haven't even heard of for 100 years.
So, Manny, you're selecting Eddie Thorpe's storyline. That's your favorite storyline in wrestling right now.
Yes.
Marcus, you look like you have something to say. Marcus, please, the floor is yours.
This is extremely difficult not to cut you off and go, what? There is barely a video package, Manny. There's 2 video packages.
Dude, I don't care.
The man has not left the woods yet in his storyline. He is still not in the Performance Center on NXT yet. He's not involved in anything.
If we're not interrupting each other, you know why he's not left the woods yet, Marcus? Because digesters exist. The woods aren't safe.
So I will point out, when I thought about this segment this morning, I did not have these two being your favorite storylines going on. I would never thought Manny was going to take Eddie Thorpe. And Marcus, I never thought I was going to take that shit. But Manny, I would like to point out my favorite storyline before you can chime in. We can have a free-for-all. My favorite storyline.
I was just going to say, after you finish your bit, can you tell us what you thought our two would have been?
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite storyline right now is the dysfunction of the Academy. I just think it's one of those storylines with Chad Gable and everything that's going on. He keeps berating Tozawa. I can't remember her name right now, but he can't remember her name. Maxine Dupree. And like I believe he has fired Maxine and Tozawa 2 weeks ago, but they keep coming out. She came out, she delivered this. The tension, the crowd, Big Otis involved. It's like, and this man doesn't even have a contract, but yet, this story entertains me. Now, to answer your question, Manny, the storyline that I thought you guys were going to pick, hand down, I thought you were going to talk about Dirty Diamond Liv. I thought that was going to be it, because you know
that's too obvious. That's too obvious.
Well, the obvious one, I think this one I do know the answer to. Marcus, go ahead. Just get it out, Marcus. I don't want you to explode.
Well, Ed, I was on my Kendrick Perkins bullshit and talking about that. I wanted to give the worst storyline.
I was about to ask that question for you. I was about to say, what is your least favorite storyline? You said you wasn't going to cut nobody off, but I didn't say I wasn't going to cut you off. Mm-hmm. So, Marcus, what is your least favorite storyline? Because I think we might be unanimous in this one, and we have not discussed this. Marcus, what is your least favorite storyline?
Well, I wanted to say, before we get into this, because I know you can cut me off at any point. It is not fair if you can cut me off and I can't retort and cut you off in an argument. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair.
Not me.
Yeah, you came here with your Cody. I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win the world title.
I'm sorry, you did this to yourself. And like, technically, right now, me and Manny can just be dicks and cut you off like we just did.
I shall show you guys the respect that I deserve myself. I'm just saying, I am all for the Liv Revenge Tour. It's just that I don't feel comfortable giving Liv that power over me as she has over the rest of the WWE. I am not going to put her in Alexa Bliss status of owning the WWE for a period of time. With that being said, the worst storyline in all the WWE, I'm going back and forth with this one right now in my head, but I'm going to say it's the Final Testament and whatever the hell they're doing.
Marcus, didn't think you would pick that one, but that's a contender. But that is not mine. Manny, I turn to you. What is yours?
Is it just WWE or are we
No,
going
it's all of wrestling. All of
the
wrestling.
Giving Tree or whatever
Yes!
the Learning Tree is the worst story going on.
I thought that was a landslide, Marcus. Says, although you may not be intrigued with the Final Testament, I must admit I'm curious of where it's gonna go. Go ahead, Marcus.
Manny, do you recall what happened on Thursday?
We took away their names and we refused to ever speak of what they do ever again.
Yeah, I said I will never bring this up on the show again, and if it's on your notes, I refuse to comment on said people ever again. They have gotten the redacted Vince McMahon and Chris Benoit treatment on the show, where they are banned from me even thinking of talking about them. In fact, I may talk about Benny Mac before I talk about the quote-unquote tree of education that you guys are bringing
about
up.
The learning tree. Okay, guys. Thank you. Now, because I was like, I don't think he's talking about the Final Testament, but yeah, the learning tree needs to go someplace. Chris Jericho needs to be put down into pasture. But yeah, that was interesting. So there's also, I don't know if you guys talked about it on Thursday, because I know Monday wasn't really. Manny said he wasn't doing news. As you know, WWE has some free agents available. I just want to have a quick question. Manny, should he stay or should he go? Apparently, AEW is gearing up to offer a big contract offer to Chad Gable, and WWE has also made a very generous contract offer, according to reports. If you were Chad Gable, would you keep your talents in WWE or would you go wrestle in AEW?
I would stay in WWE because the landscape over in AEW just seems like there's too many people over there. They're not going to have any much time for me. I'll be like the flash in the pan for a month, and then I'll be disappearing off TV all over again. So I think it's wise, in the current state he's got, where he's got the best booking he's possibly ever had in his career, to stay in WWE.
Marcus, what about you? Should he stay or should he go?
Well, I'm going to say this about this situation. Personally, I would like him to continue his storyline in the WWE with Sammy and the Alpha Academy. But if the money and the schedule is right, it's hard to turn that down. I know it doesn't sound like the sexier idea for him career-wise, and like he does have the fears of what Manny has of him being a flash of the week, or he's going to get his dream matches and fight Penta and Bryan Danielson and Danny Garcia on Collision, and probably become the TNT champion, may even win the Owen Hart Cup. He may do all of this, but I would rather see him continue to do storylines instead of great matches.
Okay,
Chad
so
is an amazing talent.
You gave an answer. J.K. Swish agrees he should stay with WWE because he'll be treated like a second-round pick. Marcus, I agree with you and Manny. He should stay in WWE, in my opinion, for all the above reasons that you stated. Next person on the list.
I said he should go to AEW if he takes the money's right.
Let me just tell you something, Marcus. You kind of gave both answers, but you said you would like him to stay and finish his story with them, so I figured that meant stay in WWE.
But the money's right.
The money's right.
Yeah.
Mark, if the money's right, that's not the question. If the money's right, should he stay or should he go?
I can't be Chad. I'm not Chad Gable's life. I don't know how much money he's currently making right now. And if AEW is off to make me a quote-unquote millionaire, I have to become that millionaire.
If Tony's offering up millions to Chad Gable, he needs to have his head checked. All right, next free agent. Pentagon Dark, whatever. He's a free agent. Don't know where he would go. But Manny, should he... Now I'm going with Marcus first. Should he stay or should he go, Marcus? Should he take his talent elsewhere?
I feel he should just stay where he's at. I don't understand what WWE would do with it. What's he going to feud with Andrade and Santos and Carlito and Zelina Vega and all the other Latinos in the company? Because that's all Triple H knows how to do, is have Latinos fight Latinos, and it's ridiculous and it has to stop. I'm for Penta staying in AEW.
Manny, what about you?
He should stay in AEW because then he can still work AAA and whatever outside project he needs to do. Because if he even tried, but I don't think there is interest to bring him in to WWE. I think it's probably best for him to stay where he is.
I think he should leave AEW and sign exclusive with AAA and fight in New Japan. I think He's going to get hurt, and I think he should leave. Marcus, you have a question. I don't. Just
Yeah,
interrupt, please.
Is TNA an option?
Yes, but I'm not saying they have to go to WWE. It's like they just don't have to stay. It's like they walk away from their contract.
I wouldn't mind him going to TNA, and maybe we get another proper Penta push. He hasn't had a proper push since Lucha Underground, where he was awesome in there as a singles competitor, and not just a tag wrestler or the jobber of the week for that week.
All right, and then the last person on my list, because I operate in theory, is the boat. I would like to see the boat leave. I think the boat can go and help any division, either it's the TNA division or the AEW women's division. I think she would be a great asset to either company, and I think that her time in the E, she has done enough there. I don't think there's anything else she could do in the E. Manny, what say you?
Marcus has been saying it for weeks, but he thinks Natty should go test her waters in that Owen Hart Memorial Tournament they have in AEW. I mean, if she signed like a short-term deal with AEW to do that, and then goes off to do whatever else she wants to do, I feel like that's a good move. She's done everything she possibly can in WWE. They're not going to give her anything more unless she's happy in her spot now. She isn't going to get any more.
And let me tell you this: what Natty can do. I'm so glad he cut nobody off right there because I thought I was. Let me tell you what else Natty can do. She can lead WWE, and let me tell you, she can do her dream job. Her dream job. You know what her dream job is? She gonna start her OnlyFans. She gonna start that shit up. Everybody's gonna pay for them old ass titties, and it's gonna be amazing.
Clearly, your excitement level is at a high, Marcus. You hope that happens. I think my only caveat about Natty leaving is that I don't think that she can take a very important producer that they have, who is her husband, TJ. I think TJ is responsible for a lot of the stuff that happens with a lot of the women's matches in WWE, and I would hope that he would stay, but I don't know if it will be a package deal or not. But, only time will tell. We'll see what happens with some of these people, if they stay or if they go. Oh, thank you for that segment, gentlemen. I really appreciate that. So now it's time for us to move on into Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown start with a lot of trouble in the workplace. We got to free the wise man. The wise man is in trouble. The wise man is scared. He had to go into the ring. He had to make proclamations. He named a new right-hand man. He gave Tama Tonga his official entrance in there. And Marcus is chomping at the bit. Marcus, the floor is yours.
No, I was doing my Paul Heyman Scared for My Life promo, where I think he's a little over the top now. It's a little over the top. These men haven't did nothing to make him shiver like that, unless they doing some illegal stuff in the background. They barely only bludgeoned Kevin Owens once. They beat up the Street Profits. Ooh, I beat up the Street Profits last week in a dice game. I'm just saying, Paul Heyman is over the top with how dangerous these Tungans are acting. I'm just saying.
You say this, but this man was afraid of Kayla Braxton a few years ago. now all of a sudden he's afraid of savages. What are we trying to say? Kayla Braxton's on the same level as these savages.
Well, Manny, my question for you is that I'm having a hard time at telling when Marcus is acting like Paul Heyman or he's having a hard time not cutting us off, because I feel like he has something to share more with Paul Heyman right now.
You look deep in his eyes, you can see the struggles happening.
Yeah, he wants to cut us off. Like right now, this is like anybody. If you're listening to the audio version, you really need to go and just look at the video they show. See the struggle at Marcus' face. He really wants to interrupt right now. Like he's just grinning for no good reason, and he's waiting for us to pass the mic. But Manny, what do you think of the new right hand man? I mean, I think Tama Tonga still looks more intimidating than Solo. And Solo, I guess, as Marcus alluded to, the Street Profits don't really help this situation at all.
Eric, this man was wearing no shoes for the better part of the last 2 years since he's been in WWE. He all of a sudden puts on a suit and thinks he can be the temporary tribal chief. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it, Noodlehead. Go away. You're bringing Jacob already.
I agree. It's kind of frustrating because it's like, you can only have so many bosses in the camp, and you look at this whole faction. It's like, and then I look at, the former Sin Cara, and I'm like, you don't do it for me, man. You ain't tough. Like, you look uncomfortable. Wait. He lost. He cut us up. He said, wait. So go ahead. There it is. I dangled the carrot. And you fell for it, sir. You fell for it. So what were you going to interrupt me with, Marcus?
Because it's ridiculous. There's no former Sin Cara here. That's not Hunico. What are you talking about?
He's Camacho.
He was Camacho. He wasn't that. That's what I was like. Wait a minute. What are you doing here?
Well, Marcus, intentionally, I was trying to break you, and I knew how to break you is when I give out inaccurate facts. Look, you just did it again. You just can't help yourself. And not only did you interrupt me, you cussed too, sir. You didn't last. Well, actually, you last almost 20 minutes, sir. That's pretty good. For some women, that's a good time, not a long time. Anyway, I think that the whole involvement with the Street Profits...
best 2 minutes.
I think the involvement with the Street Profits and Kevin Owens and the Bloodline, it seems kind of forced. I don't really know what's going on. I feel like the Bloodline has really taken a backseat to everything else that is going on SmackDown, and I think it's really hurting the product, in my opinion.
I just think that we need to move to the next stage of it. They need to either add Jacob, they need to add a new feud, because we've seen them beat up Kevin Owens for the past 4 years. Randy's not even riding with him, even though that's his road dog now. And it just seems like we haven't progressed anywhere with this. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime soon that we're going anywhere with it. I'm liking the Guerrillas of Destiny as a team with Solo, but they do outshine Solo. Solo's still young in the business, and he can tell. And I think that's the point of him not looking like the leader. And you're supposed to want Roman more because you're like, who is this guy? Who is this guy, really?
I think it's working, but I just think that you cannot constantly tell me that these dudes are dastardly and dangerous, and they just still playing the rules. I want them to cut somebody, right, Manny? I want to see blood.
See, you got to remember it, Eric. It's also still a PG show. You want
I understand
blood,
that. I know what you. I know.
Eric comes to the show wanting murder.
Eric watched Bluey and wants blood. I want blood, damn it.
So, speaking of blood, I
want to be ready.
So, the first wrestling match that we got on SmackDown was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill going against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. The first thing I would like to say about this match, I would say that Jade is getting better in the ring. Her timing looked a little bit better as she was hitting the ropes and she made the save. This was an overactive squash match, in my opinion, but it set the groundwork for the Clash at the Castle, where Bianca and Jade will defend their titles against Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Alba Fire, and why can't I think of the other girl's name? I'm having one of these brain farts today.
Isla Dawn.
There it is. I forget the fire. I never forget the dawn. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, ever since that NXT show, huh, Marcus?
The dawn is looking good, and she a red sunshine every time I wake up in the morning. I'm just saying that right now.
This man see that one picture with Sol Roca and Tyler Bate, and now he's moving on to other women. He's hurt. He's hurt right now.
If she's allowed to move on, if she's allowed to move on, I'm allowed to move on. Okay. If my Nubian princess decides to go out and try to milk the poppy, I'm allowed to go out to try to milk the poppy. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You're dealing with forces that can't be dealt with. This man has been through the locker room. He's been through them all.
He come with them all. Like Solo song. I'm here with it all. I would like to also announce, Eric, to quote the great Magic Johnson, the women's tag team division is back. I don't know when it ever started up, but I think it's actually heating up some because we have this situation here. But then we also have the princess and the queen confrontation or meeting in the back,
like that, yeah.
where I was like, that sounded cool. That sounded like something that would work as a tag team.
Manny, do you agree with Marcus about the whole tag division of the women's division that it's just spitting in Mercedes Monet's face right now?
And I also agree with what you pointed out. Jade, if you've noticed, has been spending way more time in the ring. It's not just a hot tag anymore like it was 2 months ago. She's spending a lot more time in the ring, so you can see the confidence is there, and that just by being in the ring, it's like you can see her improving. And I feel like working the live circuit on the weekends is actually adding to the improvement that she's got.
I thought the first thing that I noticed was just how the comfort that she had running the ropes. Like, it was running the ropes and transitioning to the moves right then and there. I was like, I was making sure that I was like, I don't think this is because of Indy or Candice. I think that she's actually getting the timing down a lot more. But I will say that for the women's division, there was two very good backstage segments that I thought were very entertaining. You had, it might be three that I think about, although one of them, I thought that Give me a second. Tiffy and Nia Jax was a very good segment, which led into Michin throwing coffee into Nia Jax's face, and then Nia slipping, trying to whoop her ass, which gave a little bit more of authenticity. I didn't get that right. But then I also liked the backstage segment between Naomi, who was sick of Chelsea Green shit, and Naomi started talking shit, but we all know she ain't gonna win either. But it was still nice. I was like, shit, stuff is going down. Marcus, go ahead. You can interrupt now. You already failed.
No. You know what? I'm still trying to show some proper etiquette here and being a decent human being and showing manners. And until we get to some segments where I don't have to show manners and then I can just go off the cuff. But I agree, and I think that Chelsea Green in the back is so entertaining, and I kind of want Piper to win this belt so Chelsea and her can run roughshod over NXT. So they become champion, as she says.
I like the small detail of when Naomi got in her face and was like, keep my name out your goddamn mouth. Chelsea grabbed Piper's arm to put around her to pull her back.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I know what Marcus is alluding to. Manny, let's just say, I want to put you in a situation. You live in Kentucky. You bought tickets to this show to see SmackDown. How would you feel that you were denied the chance to go whoa to Cody Rhodes' theme song because Cody was full of hell on this episode and his music never played. Just never played. AJ showed up. Like, put me in the man. Tell me your views in the situation.
I mean, I'd be annoyed, but like, Kentucky's probably gonna get it next year or the week after next or whenever they frequent these places all the time. Say if you told me this happened in London and I was at the show and I don't get to see this, but I see this like once a year, I'd be furious. And it'd be on the same level of what AEW did with putting Kenny Omega in a trios match, which is unforgivable.
Marcus,
I knew that was coming. I was going to ask you.
I want your opinion on this one, Marcus, because you've been hurt by WWE also, by many live shows that you attended, and Roman Reigns just did not come to the West Coast. Would you feel the same way if you didn't get to hear Cody's theme song? I mean, you didn't get to acknowledge the tribal chief, and you don't get the theme song. Is it one of the same?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm okay. I didn't need it. But I do like to add that I think Cody's anger isn't anger with AJ Styles, Eric. I think his anger is in with himself for being stupid and falling for that retirement and crying in that ring for that man. He had no reason to get so emotional about that, and everybody see him crying. He has no reason to be this angry at AJ Styles. It was kind of ridiculous for him. I gotta wait for him outside in front of the metal detector because I may have a gun.
I really don't like this politeness, but Manny, it's your turn, I guess.
I have a question for the both of you.
Uh-huh.
Who's more stupider? Cody Rhodes falling for the fake retirement, or Willow falling for the betrayal of Stokely and Statlander?
I'm going to say Cody.
I'm going to go with Cody too. Because it's not like Cody and AJ ever had like this huge relationship that was going on with them, like especially in WWE. It was no reason for him to be out there over there. But I think my biggest gripe with this entire segment between AJ and Cody and Nick is that AJ got his way. He got his way. And I'm like, I don't care if it's going to be an I Quit match. He still got his title match. And I don't think this is right. And on top of that, Michin is still out of the OC, and she don't realize that she's out the OC. It's like literally, they all pulled up in there, and I'm just like, damn, they didn't tell her. Like AJ realized he made a mistake, and he said no more.
Don't you sleep on this because she got into a fight in the back over AJ Styles and Nia Jax. Don't you forget that she said, "Oh, you need to think about AJ Styles," whatever Nia said, and she said, "Keep his name out your mouth," and that's what led into the coffee toss. Michin has no idea what her character's supposed to be doing right now. She needs to just be focusing on the North American Women's Title ladder match or whatever the hell she got to focus on.
She might be spreading herself too thin, Marcus. She's spreading herself too thin, and she needs.
I've seen her tops. Maybe she is.
I mean, but overall, I thought it was a good segment between Cody and AJ. I thought AJ's played a perfect heel. I mean, if you're at the Clash of the Castle, I think seeing Cody versus AJ in an I Quit match might be quite entertaining. I mean, you can't be mad at this main event. I mean, they were brothers last week. Now they're sworn enemies. So,
I think bringing it back to an I Quit match made sense, but I thought it was going to be AJ's career that was going to be on the line. Now, I thought they were going to do that, but I do like the I Quit match. I thought that would have gave AJ his way, but also you shouldn't be fucking around with your life like that because now you're in an I Quit match.
I just kind of feel like what this is going to lead to, he's going to do the I Quit, and then you're going to see AJ show up in TNA. I think that's the championship that you can trade to TNA and, as a talent exchange. And I think it's be a nice talent exchange, and it goes from there. Something that
Good Brothers too.
Something that Manny brought up last week that was very concerning. I want to have his opinion on this one. He was concerned how Apollo just popped up out the blue. Well, Apollo appeared this week and he was cutting a promo, and then he was attacked by Angel Garza. Now, the good news is they're not attacking just Mexicans now. They are actually attacking blacks now. Manny, were you happy to see Apollo actually get attacked? And we still don't know where he's coming from. He's kind of tweening. I'm confused exactly who his character is at the moment, but it's somebody on TV.
Marcus raised a really good point when we did the show on Thursday, and I think it carries on into SmackDown. Too many blacks are being attacked, just on camera, off camera. That it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Pick some other race, people. It can't just be the black people at this point in time. They have gone through too much on TV in the last 3 weeks.
I mean, Juneteenth is a pro. Who did I get so upset, Mark? Because they destroyed so many black people. It was last week I said it.
I cannot take credit for this one, Manny. It was Eric's take that I brought to it, and it was on NXT with Gallus.
Fucking Gallus.
Gallus attacked every black person in that building.
No. I think we can all agree. If it wasn't them, it had to be OTM. So I will say because both of them are useless. Both of them are useless.
Betty, I understand your position in that situation. And granted, I was concerned who they're going to fight. So I approved that thing. But then you have to go back to the week prior where Gallus took out the guys who got bad luck.
Yeah, they took out Trick, didn't they?
They took out Trick too. In fact, yeah.
Did they attack Trick at one point? And we're like, oh, we're not behind the attacks either, but something.
But Gallows did
attack.
They took out Wesley. They took out Wesley.
No, Oba Femby, Oba,
yeah.
and then West came down to the ring and they laid their ass out too. And I was like, damn. Then you see the Street Profits get laid out. Damn it, it's Juneteenth approaching, people. It's Juneteenth.
Yeah. Again, I'm caught.
Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No. The floor is yours.
Please.
I was moving on.
Okay,
go ahead.
Fine. All right. I'm going to call my NAACP representative and my NWA CP representative. We need to combine the Wrestling Alliance and the NWACP together to figure out what's going on in the black community because it is out of control what's going on. And you know what? I would have tacked Apollo ass still on site anyway. You know what? He deserves it. He deserved it for coming out in the spear for all those years with Commander-in-Chief and talking in that African accent. You know, he deserves every beatdown he gets.
Can we talk about the unimportant white-on-white crime that took place, though? It was Grayson Waller defeating Johnny Gargano. I don't think anybody really cared too much about this match. It took place, it happened, and we moved on. Am I correct with that assessment?
Yes, I 100% agree. And this was my... Before we brought up Redacted storyline, I was going to say this is my second least favorite storyline going on is with Theory and Waller. I don't care what they're doing, whatever their breakup is going on.
But how do you feel about LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes, though? Like, Carmelo putting himself into this situation. He didn't mess up his lines this week. I mean, it was an okay match for what it was. I felt like some of the spots where the timing was a little off, but I mean, they accomplished what they were trying to do. And then we got the promo by Logan Paul, telling LA Knight to go back to the mid-card where he's the mid-card champion, which is just so confusing beyond belief, but whatever.
My main thing with this storyline is I think it's going to LA Knight versus Logan Paul, who is in a Tetris tournament for whatever reasons. I don't know how good he is at Tetris, but I'm proud of him if he gets to it and wins. That's insane. But I think this is only leading to Carmelo costing LA Knight the U.S. title at Clash or whatever they're going to have this match. And then maybe I think it would help Carmelo if he joins Logan Paul. I mean, he's already kind of quote unquote a heel. I think joining up with Logan Paul would actually give him something other than being by himself and short.
I don't want this to be the WWE's version of the learning tree of Jericho and the Black Cowboy.
No, Manny, the WWE's version of the learning tree, you need to get this right, is what Shawn Spears is doing on NXT. And let me tell you this, he's doing it well.
He is doing it
well. And I thought I would never say Shawn Spears is beating Chris Jericho in anything, but he actually is, and it makes me sick. I don't like Shawn Spears, and I don't want to say it.
Mark, I'll tell you the reason why Shawn Spears is doing it well is because the people that he's doing it to ain't giving him the time of day. Like when we had the learning tree walking around, like their reactions like were not great. It just seemed like, what's going on? Like you should be appalled when he was said like it's so annoying. The only thing that was funny is when the Black Cowboy was like, "I'll whoop your ass." But I was like, "But why do I even care?"
You need to respect Chris Jericho. I mean, he up there cooning. He over there playing Uncle Ruckus, or I can't remember Samuel Jackson's name in Django, but that guy as well.
So the Bloodline finally got to end up on top. They were standing over the dead bodies. The Street Profits took another ass beating. No explanation where Bobby Lashley's at all. Why he's doing this?
He's been injured. He got injured.
Yeah, but he could be on TV. Like he get in their face.
If he's on TV, B-Fab has to be on TV. You know how that gets Manny. You know that gets Manny worked up.
B-Fab was on TV.
Manny gets worked up like my racist dog Jasper, who's waiting outside for any minorities to show up. Whenever B-Fab's on TV, he just starts barking.
Racist dog Jasper.
I guess that's why his name is Manny. But did you think this ending to SmackDown helped the Bloodline at least solidified them as being deadly, or did it come off as comical because everybody beats up the Street Profits?
I mean, it just felt a bit off in the first place. It's like it's going on a bit too long, where it seems like this is not really moving in any type of direction. It's in this like stalling kind of position where it's like in those. It's like in Breaking Bad when they were in the desert for like, God knows, forever.
What do you mean? It takes place in New Mexico, Manny. There's always in the desert.
There's a part in season 2 where it just drags for a long time before business starts to pick up. This is what it feels like. We're in that period where it's taking forever. It's kind of like the glitches on WWE TV. That shit should have been dealt with by now, but this is going on for eternity. I don't give a fuck about it at this point anymore, just as much as I didn't care about when Bray Wyatt was doing it.
True. Yes, Manny was on there. He was against the Fireflies. Marcus, what about you? Did this make you believe more into the new Bloodline?
No, and I thought it was a stupid main event. I would have rather had any other match or anything else on the show. I was not interested in any of this whatsoever. And I was just like, the Bloodlines are going to fit on top. Unless the Samoan Werewolf would have showed up at the end right there and helped them win, it didn't matter.
I thought the most important people on this episode of SmackDown were the women, and I think the most important segment was the segment that I almost forgot, but I'm going to act like I wanted to put it right here because she was
in the title.
Yeah, I almost forgot this shit. I realized that. I thought the segment with Bayley and Piper were really good. Like, you know, Bayley comes out there, she cuts the babyface promo, selling Piper, like, yeah, I saw you when you were at the WWE invitation, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And then Piper come out like, bitch. And she didn't say bitch, of course. Like, I was doing this before you was even know what I was. And she goes down and she gets her accolades out there. Chelsea Green is back there hyping her up and shit. She gets to the ring. This was the most confident that I've seen Piper in a long time. And it's because she's going home to lose in front of her home crowd. But I thought it was a very good segment for her. And it finally gave her some time to shine. Manny, what do you agree with that?
It is overdue. Like she's due something. Like she's been kind of staggering around for a while. If it makes sense, I think she could probably take the title. If anyone's unsafe, it's Bayley.
Bayley-
title wise, and then maybe Damien right afterwards. But like, I feel Bayley's title reign seems unsafe. So like, if Drew isn't going to win the title at Clash, I feel like you could probably get away with Piper winning, and I wouldn't be mad at it. I don't think I would be mad at it at all.
They don't even put Bayley on posters. They'll put Bianca right where she's supposed to be. Like, oh, there's Bianca. She ain't the champion. No, Bayley is. Oh, okay. Where's Bayley? She's not on the poster. I can see it, like you said. I can see Piper winning the title, and I think that is the better choice, to be honest. Bayley's doing nothing with this title, and I think Chelsea and Piper with that title is comedy gold, and Chelsea's gonna rock it like it's hers.
Well,
How much more funnier would it be like if Piper wins that title, Chelsea wins Money in the Bank? The comedy between the two already just sounds like it's going to be hilarious.
But I think the thing about this, like what you like about the segment, I think this is the one thing that WWE has going for it over AEW currently, and I will speak about AEW briefly after this, is that I think that we can see the different branches of storylines that you can really pivot to and stuff like that. Like even from like that little bit of Naomi getting into it with Chelsea, and then Chelsea getting another win over Naomi, and it's like that involvement. Well, like you could see, like Bayley's very vulnerable in the situation, and it would be very interesting if Piper won it, not just to be in Scotland and drop it the next night to somebody else, But I'm intrigued by it, and I thought the SmackDown's contribution to Clash at the Castle is actually very warranted. I thought that was really good. I mean, I like this segment. I really did.
I didn't think I would have to do this because I don't work for them at all. But I would say, go ahead and get your tickets now for Clash at the Castle. Front row seating, available for everybody. You thought AEW was bad on the hardcap side. Wait till you see Clash at the Castle, where nobody will be in the front row. As if 50 Cent had bought these tickets out of spite to make sure nobody were to show up in Glasgow for Clash at the Castle. These fools, these idiots decided to do this during the Euro Cup, and they ought to be. Shame on them. Shame on them.
Hey,
can't wait to see those NPC photos.
Sometimes you can't beat soccer, but you'll see WWE figure something out. I mean, they might convince Manny to come down there. Like, we got a free ticket for you, man. You attended a WWE show before. We got a ticket for you. Come back and spell the boat again.
They would have to buy me a flight to get there because I am not enduring 9 hours by anything.
I didn't know it was 9 hours on the train, but all right, never mind. You're right. They have to give you a flight. That's a lot. So I'm going to talk about AEW, and I'm gonna be positive. I thought what I did like. I like the vignette package for Daniel Garcia. I like that we're finally trying to repackage him after they made so many mistakes with him.
I don't understand why it took this long to do this.
This
was a year ago when we were talking about, or 2 years ago when he wanted to be a wrestler or a man or an entertainer or whatever. Hell.
It was 2 years ago where they made the mistake where they put Willa Yuta inside the Blackpool Combat Club over him. We were like, why didn't they put Daniel Garcia there? We don't know. And then Daniel Garcia was sent to Jericho, and unfortunately, he lost a lot of momentum that he had. But I like hearing his story. I thought this was like one of the good things that AEW was doing. Now, unfortunately, what I did not care for and what I gave a strike to him, I'm so tired of how they determine who their number one contender is. Like the fact that Bryan Danielson announced that he has a chance to go win this tournament, and now then that's his next gateway to fight for the title. I'm just like, we need to stop doing this. We need to have like real storylines about people fighting. Like, you had MJF go at the beginning of the show, cut promos about Swerve not being a real champion. And now, he has to have all his matches to work his way. And then Rush comes out for no good damn reason. It's like, okay, fine. But then you're going to find out that Bryan Danielson is going to have his ticket by trying to possibly win in the tournament to go fight for the title at All Out. And I'm like, why? Like stop this. Stop all these rumbles. Like Roderick Strong, although it was a solid match, should have never been in position to have a title match against Swerve. I don't like how they handle their title matches. It bothers me so much. It just does.
I don't necessarily mind the Owen Hart tournament thing leading to a title match at All In, because it's kind of like the King of the Ring. They've just where they announced the winner of that gets a title match at SummerSlam. So that kind of works. It's all the other stuff in between like that casino battle royal
and
thing.
I agree with you,
It doesn't
Manny.
make sense and stuff
Like
like that.
if they didn't do that battle royal, I'll be so okay with the Owen Hart, because it's like the Owen Hart thing is supposed to be a big thing in AEW. But the fact that they continue to put contenders against Swerve that don't deserve to have these matches, I don't give a damn what anybody. Roderick lost his title, so how do you lose a title and then get a title shot? It makes for the biggest title shot. Like, it just makes no sense.
The bigger issue is that there's just too many titles on their damn show. That's the bigger issue. And then that you have all these things that are a bit confusing on who gets it. Like Manny said, I have no problem with the Owen being you get a title shot for that, but you shouldn't also have a random casino gauntlet match where anybody could just get that title match. If Will Ospreay didn't get the right number, who knows who could have won that match? We could have had Hinton Zero. I hope I said his name right. From CMLL, become the number one contender for the title. Or Leo Rush, who has only wrestled a handful of matches in AEW, could have been champion, number one contender. So I think that they do need to eliminate some titles. Chill on giving people. I hate when they do this. This is my biggest. This is what grinds my gears. And I know I'm seeing like I'm all over. This is what grinds my gears. We have a pay-per-view match set up between Swerve and Will Ospreay. But yet they have these in-between matches that suggest that match may not happen. Like Swerve and Roderick Strong or Ospreay and, was it Kyle O'Reilly this week?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was
it was Kyle O'Reilly, right? On Collision?
Yeah.
Or was it Roderick Strong?
I really don't.
But whatever it was, I know I know it was all in our background. We were trying to put up the table.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's where it took place.
I just hate that they are implying that these matches may not take place when we all know you're going Swerve and Ospreay. Are you saying you're going to change it up? There has not been an instance once where you had a main event set up where that match would change. And it really does bug me when they do that. Like, that, it just frustrates me. Like, why are we doing this? The title's not going to change hand. We shouldn't make this a title match. We shouldn't have an eliminator match. Just figure out a better way. If we want to have them wrestle, but, make it make sense.
And the thing is, I don't think this episode of AEW was bad. I just don't think it was entertaining to me because I didn't like a lot of the stuff. I might be in the minority here, but I didn't care for MJF's promo. I thought it was not consistent because I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know if he's a face or a bad guy, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, I've seen this before. I don't know where we're going to go with this, but I think the crowd really enjoys him for whatever reason. And I just thought bringing Rush down there for him to feud with Rush just makes no sense because Rush ain't been credible in God knows how long. You measured that, bro. You get the horn. You get the horn. The horns mean absolutely nothing. And then I don't even want to talk about the whole.
How dare you?
I don't even want to talk about the whole thing with Tony Storm and Saraya and Mariah May and then Mia, like the whole let's hug each other.
You talk about Mina like that. You dare talk about Mina like that?
Mia Shirakawa is up for the Dakota Kai Woman of the Week this week.
Oh, that's who it was supposed to be, her Marcus. No, that wasn't her. She didn't.
No, it wasn't her. No, I said Tiffy because she had the outfit that Dakota Kai wore. But
like, I didn't.
And then you gave it Liv.
I didn't think it was a bad episode, but it like I think Jericho really just ruined it for me. Like I was like, I don't know why I'm even watching this. Arguably, I think my favorite show this week was Monday Night Raw. I thought Raw had so much stuff for me to be entertained with, and I think the MVP of the week for me had to be Finn Balor for trying to save Dom for himself, but then but also look like he trying to get a piece. Also, like bitch, I'm here. Look at me. Look at these abs. Like
Eric, I posed this question to Manny about the Dom storyline. About she's on her revenge tour. Do you give her the Judgment Day? Is she the new leader of the Judgment Day? Do you give her everything? Marcus. And Rhea has to come back and fight basically her own creation, her own team. Finn, JD, and Dom. Priest probably will be exiled from the group by then, and then feuding with Rey Mysterio or something.
The thing about
because that's what he got.
No, Carlito.
That was my favorite moment on Monday Night Raw when he was like, "Hey, you go fight Braun Strowman, fix his problem, Carlito." Carlito was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about."
He gets the smallest people to fight Braun Strowman. That's what's gonna get people to turn on him.
But the best thing about it was JD's happiness of Carlito going to fight Braun Strowman. He was like, "That's my problem. Go." But she did say she wants to take everything. So if she took Judgment Day, that would be hilarious. Because the thing about it, the way that Finn was interrupting him, it was just like it is actually Liv is making Judgment Day more relevant again because Judgment Day kind of had fizzled out, but now I'm intrigued. Like, and it seemed also that happy birthday, El Luchador.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
That
all
means
downhill for
the
there
Untitled
again.
Manny and Marcus show is turning 4.
El Luchador, I see your comment, and I want to tell you this right now. Jericho is dead to me. It's nothing he can do anymore. It's over. Like it's one of those guys that you can see him once every 8 months.
You sound like my father, Eric.
No, you know, like it's been many times where you thought Jericho was dead and he reinvented himself and he sucked the life for some youth of wrestlers. Like he took Daniel Garcia's.
Hey, you don't talk about Sky Blue like that.
Wow. He took their soul and stuff and whatnot. But then I just I can't. But we need to talk about what's going to take place. I'm almost 100% sure there's no watch along tomorrow for Battleground, but we are doing a watch along next week for Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So,
which is in the morning, huh?
I need to talk about.
Well, unless you want to do, I can do it. I have to. I am in the.
Manny, don't kill yourself for this shit.
No, Manny, because
don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself so you can twerk with Sexy Red. Don't you dare.
No, Manny.
Don't you dare die for Sexy Red.
I am contemplating doing something I've never done before because the ticket prices are too good, and I'm riding the wave right now. So I want to talk about this on here though, but I might go to a Sparks game. I'm thinking about it, but go see Agent Wilson, the best player in the
I thought you were going to go see Caitlyn and go try to attack her because you treat her like Jasmine a racist dog. And whenever you see her, you got to bark at her.
Hey, did you see when she was doing the interview and her teammate came and touched her on the arm and she flinched like she getting beat in the locker room? Caitlyn is struggling, man. she is struggling.
She's Jackie Robinson.
Ethan Page, man. Let me tell you right now. Might be the best promo deliverer in the game right now.
Manny's Drake.
I felt everything that Ethan said, and I thought his cadence, his delivery, his inflection, when he paused, where he talked normal, I thought this was like great promo work, and I was so happy that he had a main stage. I do not think he deserves an NXT title match. However,
but that's the
who else does though? Who would you give it to though?
Yeah. This segment, this contract signing was the first time that I took Trick as a serious champion in a serious situation because everything else felt extremely stupid and forced, and I really enjoyed this segment. And honestly, just like how we said that it wouldn't be a bad idea if Piper won the title, it might not be such a bad idea if Ethan took the title off of Trick. Just saying.
I think I agree with you. I think what Trick did on the microphone kind of just shows, like, outside of his charisma when he comes to the ring and stuff, he did seem a little bit outshone by Ethan Page.
He did.
So, like, I feel like we need to build Trick up a bit more and put him in situations where he's chasing, so he does a little bit more talking to get more comfortable. Because him talking as a champion, as a face, doesn't really get you anywhere. So, like, he needs to develop a bit more. So, putting the title on Ethan, I don't think is a bad idea.
What I loved the most about his promos when he talked about how he watched Trick in the Mellow and he understands where he come from, being in the shadow and stuff like, because he's been in the shadow his whole career and he's trying to make. And I was like, damn, that's a nice way to relate that whole situation. I'm like, I don't know who helped him with that promo in the back, but it made their fight with a 1 week or actually maybe a couple of days of build, make it a much watch match. It's like it was no build to this match, and it's like shit. Now I'm excited for this match. Marcus, would you agree with that? Like it made it feel important.
Like I said on Thursday, this was a main event segment right here. And I didn't mind that The Rock's knees were out there or shoulders. And that these two guys look like they were fighting for not the NXT title, but the heavyweight title of the world with this contract signing. And I felt it. Even though you guys say Trick was weak in this one, I felt he came off as a champion. He felt like, but Ethan Page obviously looked like a main roster guy, a top big performer, on the level of a John Cena or a MJF level type of guy, and you're just like, oh shit, this is a completely different level of a main eventer that Trick is going after. This is someone that is meant for the spotlight. And it just seems like in that little bit of time they had with this storyline, I don't know when they decided to put this together, they just told this story real quick, and I was like, sure enough, Battleground gonna be a show.
I'm not disagreeing with El Luchador in his statement in the chat room because it's his birthday tomorrow, but I think he makes a very relevant point. Trick is a heavy goon, but I don't believe he's a star. Melo carried him, and he caught a wave off of Melo. I think that's true. I don't know if Trick is really at that level. Like, when Braun Breaker was down there, you was like, oh yeah, Braun has things that set him out from other people. Trick is just more of the momentum of Melo being an enemy than Booker doing the ad-libs and stuff like that. I just don't know yet. Manny?
What you just said about what we said about Braun, me and Marcus were very critical of him at the same time as well. Like, there were things that set him apart, but there was also stuff that he needed to work on, which you could point out and go, he needed to do this. He needed to stop being his dad and his uncle and then start working on himself a bit more. And that's what you're getting on Raw, is him giving you a little bit more personality to him, not just being his dad and his uncle.
Yeah, I think so, that working with
with Trick, there are bits and pieces that he needs to work on, which is probably why he's staying back in NXT. To much like Roxanne, who's staying in NXT to develop a different character.
Yeah. Who saved Braun Breaker for me? Honestly, I think Baron Corbin may have made that man into what we got today. And I would also like to add, I think this is in contention for best storylines in wrestling for me personally, is Braun Breaker immediately just looking into the camera and always going, you should have just put me in the King of the Ring.
Yes!
You it's fucked up. Now people gotta die. Now people gotta die. It's simple. But it seems like it's a motivation for the character that he is a psychopath at this moment. And he's proving why he should be King of the Ring.
I wish Braun Breaker would just, reach into his NXT contacts and give Charlie Dempsey a call and be like, this is how you become crazy. Like, having conversations with your crew in the mirror ain't the way to do it. Although I enjoyed it.
Capiche, Eric. Capiche.
Don't you dare talk about that man like that. Capiche?
Capiche. You talking to me? You talking to me? I don't understand what this is about, but honestly, Charlie Dempsey's showing me the most personality in his whole career, basically.
He told you
and it's entertaining.
But he told you 2 weeks what it was about. He said that the catch crew is not running like a good operation, like a family, and they need to take some of the pages out of the D'Angelo family and do it. And he's taking all the wrong pages. He decided he needs to be a super Italian for no reason. That's not what it's about. Like it's
Will Regan's going, oh no, my son.
No,
what the
fuck? I'm actually somewhat excited for Battleground. I think there's a lot of things that are happening. I hope that Jordan Grace wins. I think that would be the right decision.
It's the only decision.
I don't think you let Roxanne get this match. I don't think you do. Manny, would you agree with that? That Jordan gets the win?
Yeah, I would want that, but then, like, looking ahead, and we shouldn't really necessarily look that far ahead, but like when you look at the TNA pay-per-view of there's going to be an open challenge there, you don't want the repeat of it's just being Roxanne going over there. Like, they showed something that like Tatum could go over there in the backstage segment, but like it leads to a like what happens kind of thing, and it's like Jordan would be great. But like they were talking about the return of Jordan being on NXT, and then they were hoping the TNA ratings would spike, but it didn't.
Well, because I think the downfall is a tape show. I mean, that's the.
No. I'm sorry to cut you off on this one, Eric. I really do. The reason their ratings wouldn't have spiked this week is because for the first time ever on their TNT app, TNA was actually, it's a tape show, but it aired live. You know what I mean? It's taped, but it's the first time they aired it as it was airing on TV on their actual app. So,
but I think that you have to, like, I think this is the issue that I've always had when you open up the infamous Forbidden Door, or Manny, what did you call this? What is the partnership between TNA and WWE?
Oh, the prohibited portal.
Yeah, when you open up the prohibitive portal in the situation, you have to do plus and minuses. I think you give Jordan Grace the win, and I honestly feel like the person that you sent over to TNA is AJ Styles, and AJ Styles fights Moose, and he loses to Moose. I think that's like how you do it, because like
beats Moose.
He
No.
beat Moose.
Well, see, that's the thing is like you don't
We
want to
run
have
this.
you don't want to have that, like, you know, like the WWE talent is better than your talent. That's why. That's where. Well, I guess that makes sense. Jordan beats Roxanne, and then AJ beats Moose.
Well,
like,
you do one, you give me one, and then they just get it back. They're going to get it back. And then it makes it 50-50 booking. But I think they're going to lead more into this because NXT's ratings, as I titled on the show, it rose up this week.
I know.
And, you know, at this point, they are competing with AEW in the ratings. And it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this close.
Roman don't show up to WWE television. What makes you think he's going to show up to a TNA show? Come on, man. Marcus would be pissed.
In a vignette, that would be awesome if Roman Reigns is just seen watching. He doesn't even have to move.
At home, man.
This is just to send Roman to TNA.
But,
Roman to TNA.
Imagine Roman, like, if I was doing something, honestly, I would just have Roman sitting in his room, in one of his offices, and he's just watching TNA. He doesn't have to say a line. He doesn't have to show up. It could be old footage that you just didn't use on SmackDown, and it would get people talking of him just going like this.
No, honestly,
never actually do anything with it.
A rumor of Roman showing up to an Impact or TNA taping would just break the people would just be there just to see it. Overall, but when you think about the prohibited portal and you think about the Forbidden Door, you have to say Tony dropped the ball. If I don't know how long WWE and TNA has been working with, and nothing against CMLL, nothing against them, but I feel like it would have been a lot more exciting if you would have had AEW versus TNA. Just it would have made Forbidden Door seem so much more enjoyable than watching a bunch of unfamiliar luchadors fight your AEW talent. I think MJF's promo said it. He was like, "I'll fight some random Mexican guy," and I'm like, well, that doesn't really help your partnership right there, calling these guys random Mexican guys. You know what I mean?
I don't even know who that person Mercedes Moné is fighting.
Stephanie McCall.
She fought her in New Japan.
In Long Beach, California, to be exact, where we saw her fight her. And Eric was like, "Oh, she's good. She's really good." Eric was pushed over there. But with that being said, for Forbidden Door to be special, I was meant to sip this water a long time ago. I just didn't do it.
Sip it, brother. Sip it.
No, I would do it after this statement. And I died of cotton mouth. Oh, I might.
Anyway, but I do feel Jordan Grace should go over Roxanne Perez. I really do. I feel like that's an important decision right there. I think you do that.
All right, to cut you off, Forbidden Door needed to evolve. We've seen AEW versus New Japan, and they brought CMLL in the middle of the year anyway, so that ain't special. And we don't know. It's just the same 4 guys each week, it seemed like. For Forbidden Door to seem special, it needed to evolve. They needed to involve, and dare I say, the NWA and all their cocaine, the MLW, and their relationship with TNA should have improved. I'm just saying WWE and Anthem, and they kind of have a thing going. But at one point, they were working with TNA, and they should be. Forbidden Door should be every wrestling indie promotion and whatnot getting together to do one hell of a kick-ass show with people who didn't think would show up at the show. Because I've seen Forbidden Door, it's over. You did it once. You did it twice. Maybe even 3 times. It's over.
It should have been
It's not forbidden anymore.
It should have been every other day. Like, and you need to have a story that really build it up. Why making it a Forbidden Door? You know what I mean? You can't just be, oh, we got a bunch of random people from CMLL, so now it's a Forbidden Door. Well, they already worked on your show. Like, and I think that's the thing. And then on top of that, I don't think that Tony did a good job of highlighting what makes CML such a good partnership. Like, they don't seem special to me. but that's just me. But going back to NXT,
even if they said it was AAA, I would still feel the exact same way.
yeah, it's like you have to sell me on this product. I'm not saying it has to be done, but NXT did give us a Jordan Grace package. They let me know who she was, like why she's important, and they even used some of their own footage. From, like,
and they killed Stevie Turner this week,
which I know Manny was happy.
But she did do this week, and I was a little bit sad.
She was serious, man. She was serious because it wasn't fair.
Manny, I know I failed to listen to the show, but I know you had to be happy when she was begging The Rock's knees for another match, another opportunity, and she just ignored her.
To be fair, though, it was justified.
Yes.
That's like me asking for a match and then putting me in a match against Roman Reigns. I'm ready for a match with Roman Reigns.
So, Marcus, I have a question for you because I think this is the hardest thing to determine. We have the NXT Women's North America title. Who wins that belt, Marcus? Because I don't know.
Can I give you a stat before you answer?
Go ahead, give me the stat. Are we going? Is it how many times that Jada Parker ass has been viewed?
There is an 83.3% chance
You'll be black.
A woman is going to be black-ish.
I know.
Two halves in this. Two halves are in this one.
I know. what? Answer the phone, boy. It might be your bed.
No, it's just Ryan.
Oh no! I will point out that when I saw the promo on NXT, I was like, "Damn, Fallon Henley is really fighting against the wall." Everybody in this would have got a lot of melanin, but her. But yet she's still dark.
Soul Roka ain't got no melanin.
She's still darker than Soul Roka. She's still darker. But okay, we have Michin, we have Lash Legend, we have Kalani Jordan, we have Jada Parker, we have Soul Roka.
Oh, sorry, what did you call it? What did you call
it? Yeah. Hold on, you gotta correct her name. Correct her name. Because she decided to correct her name this week.
Lonnie?
Yeah, fuck Lonnie.
Lonnie Jordan.
And then we have Fallon Henley.
It's Lonnie's time.
So, Marcus, I know you were fucking with Soul Roka until she hurt you with that picture of that other man. Who do you want to see put the belt around their strap? Around their waist?
What? What's a belt around a strap?
I was like, oh, this is a different kind of situation. You have a strap on with a belt. I think Lash can't win it because the belt's too small for her.
I really want Lash to win though, but I agree.
The belt's too small for her. You're going to Fallon Henry. I can't allow that. My black skin can't allow me to pick her right now.
Well, Mark, it's the true definition of white power though, Marcus. The odds are stacked against her.
Yeah, but you can break the voodoo of of what's going on in the NXT division of the North American division. You need to break it. Yeah. Break the cycle.
I think Jada Parker ass is too big and they're too green to be the champion. So there's only one person who I can pick in this one, and it's Lonnie Jordan. I'm going with Lonnie.
You're going Lonnie. Oh, Mark, I'm disappointed with you. Manny,
I'm going Lonnie.
Who you got?
It shouldn't be Michin just out the gate. She's too experienced.
She's too old.
She's too experienced. She's got other problems at hand on SmackDown.
And it may make Keith Lee want to fight Dijak.
Yeah, she's banished from the OC. So it only makes sense to give it to the other most experienced person in this match, is Fallon Henley in NXT. I think that better. She's just starting to evolve her heel persona. I think it makes sense to put that title on her.
I've been riding with Fallon Henry for a long time, and it's nothing worse than I would like to see my Caucasian sister get that belt put around her waist. But honestly, I want to see Lash win this match. I don't know why I want to see Lash win this match, because it would just be a repeat of Trick with the title. But it's just like Metaphor needs something. Once Noam was taken out by Ethan Page, apparently, they've been a feather in the wind. They need some direction. Her having gold around her waist would be very interesting, but I think Fallon's going to take it. But I think the good thing about this match is that we really don't know who is going to win, which makes it even more enjoyable.
Can I make the argument for Michin?
Why, Marcus? Go ahead.
I'm going to make the argument for Michin right now.
Well, no one else is.
Yeah, if Michin becomes the champion, maybe they will do something like they did the women's tag team titles and make you can compete on multiple shows with this title, and it's a mid-card main roster / NXT women's title. And if the person who can carry that at this moment, I believe it's Michin. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could get more butts in the seat, but who knows? We already picked the tightest tits in the game over Trick, right? I think we were all in agreement that Ethan Page.
No one has called him that in ages. But yes, I
agree. I say that week.
That's how I describe the man.
He's the tightest tits in the game. Now, once again, mathematically, a white man should not win this match. We got Wesley, Obafembi, and Joe Coffey. Who do you got, Manny?
I need Joe. We need this cycle to end. We need this cycle to end. Joe Coffey needs to burn some sage and shit and start doing.
Manny, you sound like trying to make the North American title great again. That's what you sound like.
Because it's gone on for too long. Only an Asian person can hold that title. That to be dominated by one race.
Yes. Yeah. I have not seen a title dominated by more black people than the North American title.
Can you allow me to go before you, Marcus? Can I go before you?
No, absolutely.
That NXT North American title.
I disagree with you. I think Oba needs
pumpkin spice that title.
I think Oba needs to retain, and to my chagrin, I think he needs to retain what the person, according to Jordan Grace, who really wants to come over and help out, Moose. If Moose came over there and helped Oba retain his title, I would be kind of excited. I don't think Wesley should get it.
Oh, he joins the system?
You know, a fellow brother, because, Marcus, I don't know how you feel about them giving Oba a very similar chant to Moose. I was kind of offended.
Ooh.
Which is very close to Moose.
No, it's also,
I think they're going to give it they maybe give it to Joe Coffey. They have given this man nothing his whole career, basically. He has took L's to every top wrestler in the company, and he helped The Rock, so he may get the title, which was...
I'm saying The Rock needs better help him. Because he helped The Rock.
I'm telling you this right now, Manny. I might take you up on this offer because I was thinking about going to watch the Sparks and the Aces, but this actually looks like it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
Because even right now, the NXT Underground, Shayna Baszler versus Lola Vice. Come on, man.
I'm kind of annoyed that's not in an octagon. I'm just saying, I'm really annoyed that this is not
we're at the facility. We can't. I tell you this, when Lola beat that ass, she gonna shake her ass in her face.
Yeah, they said logistically they just couldn't do it, which I understand because they'd have to take apart a ring, put up the octagon, and da. But just taking the ropes off this isn't enough.
No, just take that shit, make people watch it on TV. I don't give a fuck.
I just want to give NXT credit because they really did a really nice build for their Battleground. Like, I'm excited. The only match that really didn't get much build, but it's still one the highlight is Trick versus Ethan, but still, it's like whatever. And I think Lola Vice has to take this win. I think she does.
Of course. And
then we probably have the opening match of the night, which will be AXIOM and the OC and Nathan Frazier for the tag team championships. I'm assuming that AXIOM and Nathan Frazier retain the titles, although they've been some lamed up champions.
Now with that Gallows Carl Anderson contract, where he's the 15th most highest paid wrestler in the game, so he may have it in his contract where he has to get a title run. No, I don't see them losing to them. In fact, I just see so many dream matchups with the TNA that works better the other way without them.
Yeah, but I think Battleground sounds a lot better than Clash at the Castle.
Well, no one's going to see Clash at the Castle.
The worst thing about Battleground, in my opinion, is Sexy Red. That's the worst thing about it. Like, they didn't need her on there. Like,
just get your hands on your knees. Just get your hands on your knees and dance for her and Drake and shit.
What closes the show out? Is it Jordan Grace and Roxanne? Do they give her top billing?
No, absolutely. It's Ethan and Trick.
Maybe.
If they really cared about Jordan Grace would have opened NXT this week.
Hey, no. They cared about Jordan Grace because that's what gives you the ratings jump. Oh, I gotta see what Jordan Grace is gonna do.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace is now a commodity in NXT, and I think she's gonna get 4 more dates due to this. And like, oh, we got a surge. I just find it impossible that the Titanic AEW, not that they're a single ship, but they're the biggest ship in the world. They have all this money going to all these people, and you're going to get beat by Ethan Page and Jordan Grace in the ratings? That should not be happening, Tony. Fix your damn show. It shouldn't be this close.
Marcus, the way, but okay, you know what? It's easier said than done, and I'm sorry, people, we might go long today. We might go fixing because Marcus, it's easy to tell Tony to fix his show, but how would you start fixing the show? What was the first thing that you do?
There's too many things to even look at.
You start chipping away at stuff, all right? You just chip away at stuff.
Yeah, but where'd you start? Where'd you start?
Well, I burned Chris Jericho on live television. just on live television, burn a learning tree. And I have to start the Forbidden Door. We already have things set in motion, but I reset everything. Hook would never show up on my TV again. I don't want to see him eating chips.
I agree. I think you have to reset, but I think you have to understand that you have to start from the beginning and you have to build people. I think you have to do more stuff like you're doing with Daniel Garcia and stuff. Like, we got to figure out who these people is. You have to give people time to develop characters. You have to build up a structure. Like, the whole idea when they had the ranking system, it made no sense, but it was a structure. We need to understand who your top players is. Like, this week on Dynamite, when the EVPs stop the Acclaim for having matches. Like, Tony, why are you still letting these fuckers run your show? Like, where you at?
Stop that
he's
right
not
away
acting.
too.
He's not acting at the moment. He's Christopher.
But he hired Christopher Daniels to do it, and they're still running amok.
Yeah, it's like I hate to tell people, and El Luchador, if you're still there, you have to agree. The Young Bucks are not entertaining. They are stale. They are stale and expired. Like, they had their moment, but they're not relevant right now. They're just not relevant.
God damn.
No, they're not.
Fuck, who uses expired to describe people on TV?
You got that 20% like they got on Top Spin right now digitally. 20% off. Like, the time has passed of the Young Bucks. Like, we should be focusing on Swerve and his title reign and having a true competitor and Will Ospreay, but instead we're stuck with them having a segment every week affecting the Acclaim who died. Like, I hate to say, it's Pride Month. Why is the Acclaim not even featured more?
Yeah, you need to breathe.
I'm just saying, like, it's just
you need to breathe, okay? You need to breathe. You need to breathe.
How does MJF and Roosh do anything for the product? How does that do anything for the product? Nothing.
Did you mess with the bull? You get the horn.
He get the horn. You don't want to see him get the horn.
Marcus, he done threatened to give the horns to so many people, and it has not worked out for him at all.
Although saying that, I did tell Marcus that when the Titantron lit up red with a bull running across it, I did not think it was Roosh. I thought it was Rhino. I thought it was Rhino.
That might have been more exciting than anything. His fat
you know what? You're sick. You're sick. You shouldn't dare do that.
I mean, like, if you ask yourself right now, I mean, Marcus, I know this on the spot.
I'm tired.
Who are the 5 pinnacles of
pinnacles?
Right now? Like,
pinnacles? Pinnacles? You know what? You're drunk.
I'm tired. Marcus, I'm tired also, man.
Who's the 5 pinnacles? Who's the 5 testicles of AEW right now?
Huh?
What's that behind you?
Me?
No, Marcus.
What? Where am I looking at? This right here?
Turn around.
Oh, let me say pinnacles again. Oh, that's our golf monkey. It's very sentimental.
It looks horrible when I hold it up this way.
Why is it begging for life?
He was begging for the ball to go into the hole.
Allegedly. Okay. But it's a metaphor for slavery.
So
no, it's not. Betty, for whatever reason, that was one of the staples of our childhood growing up. And it was in our house, and when they packed up, that was one thing that they made sure they kept was the golfing monkey, which but it does make us think about where we grew up at. I mean, shout out to Carson and all the bad things he did to us. But who are your 5 pinnacles? I'm sticking with pinnacles of AEW. Like who should they fucking show up?
Isn't it 4 pillars?
Yeah. Well, Osprey.
Okay.
Osprey.
Will.
MJF.
Okay.
I want to say Swerve because he's the champion, but I don't think he's going to hold
can I ask you a serious question? Isn't that a true sign of a problem with the product?
This is a setup.
If you can't,
he just wanted me to say this.
No, if you have a hard time putting who their champion is in the people who should be featured, I think that's a problem.
The fact that he didn't list the champion first.
Yeah, like it tells you that something is wrong. And then, and no disrespect, like after you say Swerve, Marcus, those next 2 people are very hard to point out who should be there.
Edge.
No, he has a broken leg and he did it to himself. Like
Moxley is busy around holding the New Japan Championship for
I will let Moxley. You know what? I'll give Moxley.
I would put Moxley there, even though he's fighting inferior New Japan talent.
I would actually put Moxley over Swerve.
You're not wrong saying that, though. I agree with you.
And you know what? I'm going to add something right now too as well.
You look like you said what you think. Say.
No, my 5th pinnacle, as you want to call it, will be Takeshita. He deserves better, damn it. The guy is a 5-star. He loses big matches.
I'm surprised that you didn't include in your tentacle list Tony Storm.
Well,
I would, but I can't. I think that the character can only go so far.
I would also point out that, let's just point out, Tony invested a lot of money in somebody that you didn't even think a second thought putting Mercedes in your list at all.
I did. But I didn't think about it. I would have put Tony before her, and I even would have put the Bang Bang Gang ahead of her. Do something with the Bang Bang Gang. I know they have 12 titles on them.
Break them up. That's what you need to do. Jay White deserves better.
I have no problem with the Bang Bang Gang being together. I just think they need to be doing important stuff. And I don't even know what that is.
Too, no, isn't he?
Yeah, Juice was back.
Yeah, the little rat.
I just and then the thing is like Sarai don't need to be on TV no more at all. But this is my house. Yeah, it's come on. That was an investment.
My brother's here.
Like that took up some time that didn't need to be taken up.
Well, that was because she complained on the internet. And I guess Tony heard those complaints and was like, okay, you get a win this week. But it don't matter in the grand scheme of it all because the match at Forbidden Door is Mina Sakawaga. I can't say it. And Tony Storm in a match that I'm sure Tony's winning.
I just think that it's so many people who get TV time that I don't like. Kyle O'Reilly, love him as a wrestler, but he don't make it nice. He don't make me want to tune in. It's just not. It's their roster is too bloated, and they need to release some people. And the whole idea of them talking about Tony is thinking about offering a big money tag Gable, that would just make your roster even more bloated. I don't think there was anybody who
why don't you call Tony and deliver this message to him? Why are you telling me and Manny this? You're preaching to the choir here, okay? Or why don't you call into, Eric Bischoff or Dave Meltzer or Conrad Thompson? You know what? You the black Conrad Thompson. Call him up and tell him. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Oh, you don't know Conrad? Me and Marcus hate Conrad.
Conrad is the worst.
He's married to a fly.
He's married to a fly.
Honestly, guys, can I tell you something that really grinds my gear? The most thing that I'm very upset about with AEW.
You shouldn't be this upset about, and I don't think we should have spent 30 or 40 minutes.
Angry the last 20 minutes you've been upset about AEW. But how are you just getting adding to the most?
You were like this a moment ago talking about AEW.
I'm sitting here. There's 2 things that really make me upset. And I just added another one. First of all, I'm tired of everybody trying to be the one that teaches Hook how to fight. And I used to like Hook. I'm just tired of this. Like, it went from Jericho. It went from now it's Joe.
Yeah,
Like,
Joe's gonna turn on him too.
Like, can we stop? Was it Jack Perry? It's like, clearly, there's nothing else you could do with Hook. Hook is a dead man walking. Like, it's like he is what he is. And then last but not least, I'm upset that Swerve never got revenge for being jumped out by his own crew. Like,
he could just let that happen. It was done.
He let his crew beat his ass.
He had a match with Brian Cage, didn't he?
Eric, have you learned nothing about AEW? Swerve and Keith Lee had a feud that was going on for what felt like 12 months because that's how long it took to get the blow-off match. We're probably going to get the blow-off match or Swerve.
We never got that blow-off match.
We did.
Keith Lee got hurt. No, Keith Lee got hurt. We never got the match.
So this feud's still going on. It's
still kind of going on. It's in the win. It's in the win.
It's in the win until Keith Lee is sitting in the audience watching me chin Battleground tomorrow because his contract is probably up. Because I would not be. That shit would make me laugh. If he's in the front row talking about Keith Lee. Huh?
His time has come. It's over. Unless he's getting in the ring with Dijak, I don't want to see Keith Lee anymore.
Marcus, WWE has brought people back to life. I couldn't even say resuscitated numerous people, Marcus. They can save Keith Lee from himself.
No, they can't.
Once he was called the Bearcat, his whole life was done. He was cursed. He was cursed.
It's when they put him in a skirt.
You know, the sad part, I don't know if Adam Cole's injury...
That doublet.
I don't know if Adam Cole's injury is what really hurt the AEW the most, or was it MJF? But, like, I don't know, man. They like the fact that Will Ospreay is not featured more, it bothers me because I think he's
on every show.
He wasn't on this show.
This is the one show he took off. Oh, God forbid he's not on one show this week. He was on Collision on Saturday. And guess what? No one watched it. Keep him only on Dynamite. Leave Ospreay alone. Leave Ospreay out of this. It's not his fault.
I ain't seen Moxley in a while either. And he
Moxley was just on there beating up the CMLL guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought the CMLL guys and he was juking and jiving.
Marcus and I had this conversation. The fact that they were touting the fact that this is the first time that the Blackpool Combat Club was all together at one time, and both Marcus and I didn't realize Willard Euler has been hurt for 4 months.
No, that was only you. You know I hate Yuta enough to know where his whereabouts are.
You know, sometimes you have the sex registration list, and Marcus got the Willard Euler alert. His ass is back. Anyway, I think that's enough for this show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think we covered the whole gamut. It may or may not be a watch load tomorrow. I don't know. When I read over the Battleground card, I previewed myself. I was like, shit,
what?
This might be fun to watch.
My brother, you were about to pay $150 to go see that. And then when they said it was $250, you said, not getting my money.
I did
They had the nerve to send me another. They had the nerve to send me another email about Priority Pass. You can still get some. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna click this link and I'm gonna see what they're gonna say. And then now the tickets are $656. And I went, you know what?
Because I get an email every day about Clash of the Castle. The last one was about Priority Pass having dinner with Drew McIntyre. I was like, I don't want this.
I don't know, man. Having dinner with Drew.
I would love to have dinner with. I need him in full character. Okay. I know this show should have ended, but quick answer. Any wrestler, any time period, they say you can have dinner. You and your family can go join them and their family for a dinner. Who you choosing? And I'll start with you, Eric.
Let me have Dakota Kai and Mi-Chin.
No, not for those reasons. Not for those reasons. And you know what? Who's going to show up at that dinner? Moose and Oba, and they're going to be with your wife.
It's going to be a freaky night. It's going to be a freaky night. The cameras will not be recorded. But seriously, who?
And they have to be in full character the whole time.
I feel like John Cena will probably be the best dinner because he'll be the most positive individual around.
He'll be respectful, but I don't want that. Actually, I want unruly.
Mark, I take that back. Let me have the Undertaker. We're dining in the dark. It's like he'd be like, young. I'm just saying. I think that would be it. Give me that one. Give me that version of the Undertaker.
Well, I was just gonna pick the bloodline, but fuck it. That kind of pretty funny.
Well, if you got
because
Roman,
Kane gotta be there. Kane gotta be there.
if you
Rob
got
Shango's
Roman,
got to be there.
you know the
Yes.
gonna be nice if it's Roman because he has some nice sprays. His charcuterie boards was legendary.
But I can see him going off on the waiter. This isn't
Manny,
what I wanted.
John Cena.
Oh.
No. If we're
Full
going
character.
outlandish, like you did, I want Hulk Hogan during trial. I want to sit with Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan, and I want to see the differences.
Manny, can Teddy Long be your plus one?
No, because I want to experience firsthand how toxic that could get.
No, because
So
you're
you
not black.
Well, Teddy Long may make a tag team match in the middle of the dinner, and I'm not ready for it. Or if I get out of line, he's like, if you don't eat that and enjoy that, you're gonna be in the match with the Undertaker. I don't need him threatening me the entire time. So are neither one of us picking the McMahons and all their drama?
No. That's like
You don't want to go to Shane and be like, so how your nuts doing after Kane electrocuted
so
them
I'll
all
tell you,
these
Mark,
years?
me picking the McMahons.
Did your son Declan have issues from that?
Me picking the McMahons is like me putting Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team. I don't need that in my life.
What Olympic team? The women's?
The women's, yeah, she was
I
omitted.
put her on there. Why not?
She's not on the team, Marcus.
Why not?
They had better players.
See, fuck those better players. Give me somebody that draws. Shoot.
You about
You know
right.
who's a better? You know who's a great wrestler? Kenny Omega. You know who draws more than him? John Cena.
Damn.
I'm putting him on the team.
Kenny Omega did not make your 5.
Yo, he's injured.
Still.
And with direct to the eyes, he may be dead.
How injured really is he? Because the last time I saw him, he was pretending to be in a hospital room.
and he also made matches.
And he's on his Twitch and stuff, but
Praising everyone in WWE.
yeah, I don't know. What's his deal lately?
He tried to go to the E. He realized he made a mistake. Because
No,
he on the phone talking to
He
Cody.
resigned.
Oh.
Yeah. I do think he should get one Mania match in his career. Just saying. I think all the greats should get one Mania match. Just saying. Well, anyway, let's wrap this up. I'll bring Coco to Beware to my dinner, and we could have Frankie at the Bird and just nonsense going on.
You eat Frankie the Bird for dinner. Oh no. You flew into the oven.
No, that's what you eat with the big boss man. He serves you your shit.
If I could pick who you could have dinner with, Marcus, I think it would be Hulk Hogan and Sonny, just for the hell of it, just so your black ass be with them.
I don't want to be called an N-word. I can only be called an N-word so many times in a lifetime.
Yeah, and it would be all in that dinner.
I would like to have dinner with Razor Ramon and Macho Man Randy Savage. I think that would be fun. Just full character. Chico. Man, you white. You should not be doing this. And then Randy Savage being black. Telling Elizabeth to sit down in the corner. You sit down over there.
I mean, I'm almost 100% Robert Downey Jr. got influenced for his character in Tropic Thunder from Macho Man. That was it.
Nah.
Anyway, that ends the show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I tried this before. Marcus, I'm proud of you for making it 20 minutes without interrupting people, but I'm glad that we had the regular Marcus who interrupts and cuss, because that is who you are. That's what the people pay to see, Marcus. You will be like us.
Well, Eric, I thought I had to do it.
Jimmy pays.
Because for a good cause, please donate to Peter's Just Giving to Cancer Research. It is for a good cause. Unlike any other causes we have on this show, this is actually a good one. I mean, I guess Manny going to WrestleMania is a good cause, but
hey, we tried to get hydration drink sponsored the other day.
You respond to Aquafina?
No, Eric. So Manny on the show said, "Oh, he's hydrated and he's drinking a hydration drink." Not a Powerade. He called it a hydration drink. I remember, but you've seen this man drinking Coca-Cola and talking about, I'm drinking Coke. You've seen him wear a Prime. I'm drinking Prime. He could go out and say, I'm drinking some Dole apple juice right now or whatever. Like, but when it came to Powerade, he did not want to be associated. It's a hydration drink. Not showing the label.
Other hydration drinks are available.
That's what at least he drank the.
What are you drinking? An All Sport?
He drank the only acceptable flavor of that hydration drink brand. I think
it's
that's the only flavor that's good. Because I tried.
No, I like the orange and grape is always good too, but I'm a stereotype, so.
No, I only drink that normally when I'm tired or have a hangover. Replenish your fluids, people. Replenish your fluids and your electrolytes. That's how you get. That's how you don't feel hungover.
Or you can just not drink.
Okay, where's the
just ain't nothing like being the sober one. You remember all the stupid things your friends do when they're drunk. It's actually quite fun.
It's not. I don't like being a sober when they're all drunk. They're being annoying as hell, and they're having a great time, and I'm being there annoyed how stupid they are. It's so uncool. But knowing if I were drinking, I'll be saying the same stupid and laughing at stupid shit and having a good time too. But it's annoying being a sober guy.
So why don't you just be stupid and act like you're drunk when you're not? You're sober. You do stupid shit because they're not gonna remember it anyway.
Your brain's working, Eric. Your brain's working. Your brain's working. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not doing this. I'm not dancing.
Can I tell you the funny thing about it? It is always funny when you see the sober person that tries to take the keys from the drunk person, and it's just like, this is just a battle. This is not going to win.
No, I'm good.
Fucking drunk.
I'm good. I've been worse. I'm good. I'm good.
And then they get DUI, and they be like, "Why did you take the keys from me? Why did you take the keys?"
He's talking about speaking from experience.
No, Marcus. The only reason why you got caught is because you was shining bright like a diamond. You was the Green Lantern, man. Like when I
fuck all this. Did y'all see that? That's what I wanted to show you guys. I have one too. I have the exact same ring. I can break that out right now. We never touched rings. Anyway, y'all see my favorite video of the week?
No.
The guy going to court with the suspended license.
Oh yeah, I know that my brother right there. That dude. Call it.
Hold up, and I'm parking right.
Yeah.
That seemed like a comedy sketch. It was so good.
Marcus,
are you driving?
Marcus,
hold up.
Marcus,
no. Yep.
It happens all the time. It's not like somebody that's supposed to be in a drug rehab program that walked into court smelling like weed, talking about I ain't doing no drugs. Sir, but why does your clothes smell like weed? Well, they were smoking weed out in the hallway. Smoke is not allowed in the building, sir.
That reminds me of the time I had to tell someone as a manager that they smelt bad. And he claimed that someone walked into him and then got a contact smell.
Yeah, that's contagious. It's contagious.
I was like, nah, bruv, I smelt you before, like 2 hours ago. From 2 aisles away. You stink.
Let me tell you this. Don't you hate people that smell so bad you can smell them from a mile away? But not only do you smell them from a mile away, you smell them 4 hours later?
Yeah. When you
God damn, why are you stealing my nose?
Marcus, so when that smells in your nose, then you be like, is that me?
No, it's still in there.
Kicking yourself like,
yeah, it's like that fucking their funk was hanging on to one nose nostril and your nose is hanging on, waiting to let go, and then it finally let go and says, "I'm gonna make you think you stink." Shout out to black people saving summer movies with Bad Boys reportedly making $50 million this weekend, which is sad.
I saw a decimal point. I read it with a decimal point of 5.9 million. Or
no, that was for the previews. So now the ticket sales are for the weekend is like 50 million, which is still not great, but it's better than what some of these other movies were doing.
Yeah, but shout out to the Bad Boys. You know they could do it. They got to go kill all the people. These are my favorite cops to kill people.
As someone said, of all the times for you not to have the title be Bad Boys for Life on the fourth movie is so disappointing.
Yeah, they already admit they fucked up.
Like,
I mean, they can just switch them.
Yeah, like nobody.
Who's gonna care?
It's always gonna be that one person that cares.
Well, originally it was this.
Like
Shut up.
I can't believe in Fast and the Furious they sent them to space, and it's not scientifically possible that they went to space. And it's like
Whoever those people are, they need to shut the fuck up because Brothers in Space was the best part of that movie.
no, Manny, no. Brothers in Space was the worst part of the movie, but became the best part of the next movie afterwards, where they were talking about, hey, you guys are the ones that went to space. Like,
It's one of the stupidest friends. I can't believe there's 10 of these things.
the thing
10!
about no, but the greatest thing about that is when you see the de-evolution of that movie. They really wanted to be a serious film somewhat when it started. And then
it was about street racing when it started.
It is shit. Where these motherfuckers are like secret agents, and they work in some sector of James Bond in America where everything is solved by people who can drive fast. This thing can drive fast.
Nothing like watching someone drive down a dam.
Watch my childhood idol die in that movie.
Manny, you know he's coming back.
No, he's dead, Eric. He's dead. He's dead.
Didn't we say
that
the same
was
thing
a
about
final
Han?
death.
Did we say the same thing about Han?
We said the same thing about Han, but we also said the same thing about Wonder Woman, who shows up at the end in the submarine, waving, "I'm alive."
Marcus, we know why she came back, because Wonder Woman Part 2 failed as a movie and a franchise.
Part
It was
2,
prior to
the 1984 one.
Yeah, that movie was bad.
Yeah, that was horrible. And not only did that fail, the entire DC universe failed and crumbled.
Yeah.
Following that.
That's like trying to watch a thin line
the
between
DC
love and
universe
hate.
was floundering, was doing well at that point. It was such
You know what? There was moments of brilliance in there somewhere. You know, the first Shazam was a good movie, damn it, which had a hard truth in there.
That's why I'm also happy that there was only one Black Panther movie ever made, because I do not acknowledge the sequel at all.
Wakanda Forever wasn't that bad. You treat
it wasn't that
like
good either, Marcus. It wasn't
better
good.
than 90% of the other Marvel movies and properties they put out recently.
I like the Asian one.
Give it its correct name.
Is it Shang Fang? Shang Yu?
Oh my God.
Shao Kahn?
See, this is, you were okay with the first one. Now Eric is going full old racist.
Shao Zhang? Fuck.
Look at him trying. He's gonna Google it.
Oh, Shang-Chi. And honestly, I don't want to show you guys what my Google search was.
You need to show everyone what your Google search was.
I will tell. Marvel Asian
Marvel
movie. Marvel Asian movie.
Black Panther, Asian style.
Hey,
Black Panther dubbed in Asian.
If I had a daughter, I would let my daughter shake the hand of the Asian superintendent. I am not an Asian racist.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Who knows what that's about? Who cares?
They said they had history. That's what the police report said.
Yeah, fuck that.
History of him being black.
Oh shit.
Oh, Manny, can I ask a question? What did you feel about your girl Nikita Lyons announcing on her Instagram that she can't wrestle, but she can still thirst trap and dance and shit on there? I was like, she's 1 second away from being released.
I was like, make your money, because you are gonna get released, and you ain't gonna get picked up by anyone.
I can see her in the NWA.
Oh, shout out to AJ Francis becoming the new digital champion. And on that note, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is the fourth time.
We into some wrestling.
Spoiler alert: Andrade is your new speed champion.
Oh damn, that must be Ricochet leaving. But I'm telling Ricochet, after that last picture that Samantha put online, don't leave the E. It's too many predators. There is too many predators.
You know what? Do you know what? What made her post that picture?
I don't know. But like, my favorite, man, did you see the big car mess when somebody was like, oh, that's fake. That's fake. And then next thing you know, the people was like, nah, she posted it herself. But he was like, them tatas or them tots look like they was AI generated. I was like, you people just want to think AI did everything. She out there trying to keep Ricochet with a job. She know.
I'm sure Ricochet can find a job on his talent alone.
Richard
Don't need
O'Shea
Samantha Urban out there, quote unquote, as you would say, sex working herself.
Hey, she wants to. Mark, you talk about Natty starting the OnlyFans. Come on, man.
Now you know Natty doing it, and you know she want to do it. Every now and then, you just go on your random Instagram feed, your daddy showing her titties somewhere.
I do not want to see Richard O'Shea go to
Somewhere.
AEW. I
Same
don't.
place, same time, everywhere.
Marcus, I want to point out that them lunch lady breasts is gonna look just like Charlotte breasts, and people gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she unwrapped them things."
All you gotta do is get to pay for it once, baby.
And to this day, I'm still glad I never saw Charlotte's breasts. And is that really working out for Mandy Rose?
Well, Ed, you know what? It was stolen money. I mean, it was stolen photos of her own personal photos. She didn't put it out there.
AK, whatever happened to the original lunch lady? The American one that got fired, and she was linking up doing OnlyFans with Mandy Rose. No.
Lacey Evans?
Yeah.
Oh, she
Is that how you describe Lacey Evans?
Yeah.
She fell off just like Mandy.
I don't even think, because they had a collab, and I was like, wow, y'all desperate, because I don't know who want to see that.
I'm sure they're still making some type of money.
Like after an hour and 45 minutes of us talking, people watch this in seconds.
Hey, someone's probably out there watching that. Lacey Evans still out there just clicking through, I guess, her videos or something. Someone got to be out there.
Just know that when the detective's on your case, Bayley will solve everything. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Into next week, and we do the watch along.
You're looking like Dick Tracy.
Piper looks like she's defending her. Piper looks like a pimp.
I will point out, Chelsea's thighs and her look at her face look like that's some good product right there. Like she tried to sell that to Bayley.
No, Bayley looked like she's about to arrest them both.
Yeah, I'm not selling ass.
Bayley looked like she was like, I paid for a lap dance. Okay, that was not legit.
He called the police because he paid for a good night. He paid for a long time, not a short time.
You gonna see my nightmare. You gonna see my nightmare.
I got you. Calm down. I'm on the place. We gonna sell some tickets to see the show. Anyway, stay sharp. We out.
It's an awkward way to end it.